When we first finished the apartment, everyone said, rent it on Airbnb. That's where the real money is. But as a family with a 4-year-old upstairs, the thought of strangers coming and going every day gave me extreme anxiety. It felt like a choice between making a lot of money and my peace of mind. And here's why we chose to make less money and what that decision gave us in return. If you're thinking about renting a space in your home, this is for you. We'll be talking about the difference between short-term rentals, mid-term to long-term rentals, why that distinction made all the difference for our family. So if you could please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you find value in this video, I would love it if you could like it at the end. Let's start with the why. We wanted extra income. A friend told me about how she had been doing Airbnb and Furnished Finders for years and had such success. She said that Airbnb with the short-term daily rentals could make her more money, but Furnished Finder gave her better, steady tenants, and they stayed for months, not days. And that got me curious, which one was right for us? So, of course, I started researching like crazy all over the internet, Furnish Finder website, Airbnb website, YouTube. I dug into everything, what the fees are, how it works, the risks. Pretty quickly, it became clear that short-term rentals, less than 30 days, was not right for our family. It's almost like a part-time job, and with a 4-year-old daughter living upstairs, I knew constant turnover every day from people was not appealing. So we didn't want the chaos of strangers coming and going every day. We wanted stability. And check out the furnishing checklist below. It has everything you need to set up your own Airbnb, as well as the welcome kit I personally use for my tenants. Every locality has rules. Here in Fairfax County, there's a special license that you have to get to have a short-term rental. And it also says that you can only rent out your accessory unit for less than 60 days per year. That didn't work for us. But if you rent more than 30 days, that counts as a regular lease, and there's no regulation. You don't even have to have a business license. It's just a normal lease between a tenant and a landlord. And that was another reason Furnished Finders was looking like the winner, since it was geared specifically towards those mid and long-term stays. But this also meant we could use Airbnb for longer-term tenants. So part 3, how Furnished Finders works. So let's break it down. Furnished Finders is built for travel nurses and professionals who need mid-term housing. Think 1 to 9 months, not just a weekend. Furnished Finders charges a flat fee of $179 per year to list your property, and they give you enough info up front to screen the tenant. They give you the lead with their contact information, their story, how long they want to stay in your place. Then you reach out to the tenant, and you still the landlord will execute their own lease and their own background check and collect the money however they see fit, whether through Furnished Finders provided platform key check, or like us, we've always done Venmo. That means more control, which is very appealing. For us, that's perfect. I like to be hands-on, but I don't feel like I have to babysit. I don't feel like I want to babysit a listing. So part 4, let's talk numbers. That's probably why you clicked this video. If we rent our basement on a daily basis, we could make at least about $3,000 a month. But with our midterm rental, with our midterm tenant from Furnished Finders, we charge $1,700 a month. That's a big difference, right? Well, a big surprise was our expenses barely changed. Water bill went up like $20 a quarter. Electricity was unchanged. Trash was not impacted. Internet's not impacted. The only real cost was installing a separate heating and air conditioning unit down there. It's a Mr. Cool mini split, and we did that because the whole house was on one HVAC system, and it caused 2 problems. There were smells coming from the basement when cooking, perfume, whatnot. It was coming up through the vents into the house. And then also in the summer, the basement was freezing and the upstairs was roasting. We could not get the second floor below 78 degrees without the basement going below 65. So the mini split system fixed that. Now everyone's comfortable. And the electric bill is still fine. While a steady stream of short-term rentals could have brought in more money, the peace of mind that comes with a longer-term tenant felt right for us. So the people side. Money is one thing and people are another. With short-term daily rentals, You don't really know who's coming. Could be great, could be a nightmare. But with mid-term and long-term rentals on Furnished Finders and Airbnb, it could be a travel nurse, a professional, some kind of someone relocating to the area who needs a place to stay before they figure out their permanent location. These people have jobs, schedules, usually a home somewhere else, and they just need a place to sleep for a few months, somewhere to lay their head. They have lower expectations, and that means fewer headaches, honestly. But we still screen carefully. We only rent to people we're comfortable with. The tenants we rent to have an emergency exit, which is access through our house. We lock the door on our side so we can't get in. So we need to feel comfortable with them. We invite them up for dinner. They're almost like another part of the family. We run into them outside because we share the yard. They say hi to my dog as they come in. It's a nice balance of privacy and connection. We are also very mindful of noise. We've added thick rugs upstairs to cut down the noise for the tenants, and we try to be mindful of work schedules. But overall, it's been smooth. Part 6, the pros of midterm rentals. So here's something cool about midterm rentals. If you don't like a tenant, it's not forever, okay? They usually stay 3 to 6 months and then they move on. But if they're great, they might extend. And then one of the tenants stayed for 8 months. The flexibility is huge. And plus, you can charge more than a normal lease, but we also charge less than a furnished apartment in a big apartment building. I don't have to deal with the constant cleaning and turnover of daily rentals. It's really the best of both worlds. Part 7, why we list on Airbnb. So wait, why are we on Airbnb at all? Well, we list there too, but with a minimum of a one-night stay. That way, we still get visibility on a huge platform, but we're only attracting people who are looking for a longer stay, not just a weekend. It's kind of like having two fishing poles in the water, but catching the same kind of fish. So here's the big takeaway. While daily rentals might make you more money on paper, mid to long-term rentals give us peace, control, and stability. For our family, that was worth more than the extra cash. If you're thinking about renting your basement or your spare room, you just have to think whether you want a steady stream of income from daily rental turnover and everything that comes with that, or a more consistent, stable, predictable routine with a longer term tenant, but a little bit less money. So there's no wrong answer. It's just what fits your life best. And if you want to see how we built this basement apartment in the first place, check out my basement series playlist. You'll see how we turned a cold, unfinished space into something renters actually love. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next project.